Hello, everyone. Good to see you all. WFWP leaders and members from all around the world, welcome and thank you for joining us for annual WFWPI General Assembly. I'm Paris Moon and working as an International Secretary General in WFWP, and I will be MC today's event. Prior to the opening of the WFWPI General Assembly, it is with great regret that the members of WFWP Ukraine were unable to join today's assembly. My dear sisters, members, and friends in Ukraine, my heart is with you. Thank you. Starting in 2020, the assembly has been held online, allowing more leaders and members to participate and interact with each other. This year, we will also be hosting WFWPI special educational sessions on self-sufficiency in finance and IT skills. We believe that each program will be meaningful and empowering and will help you gain new information and knowledge for your continued efforts in the field. Thank you so much. Now, I would like to invite our International President, Dr. Julia H. Moon, to give the opening remarks. The floor is yours.
안녕하세요. Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, beloved leaders, members, dear guests, and friends of WFWP International. It is my pleasure and great honor to welcome you to this virtual WFWP International General Assembly for 2022. Thank you for taking the time to join us today and for all that you have done and continue to do to contribute to WFWP's vital work for peace in the world. This year, as you all well know, is a milestone year for us as we are celebrating our 30th anniversary. In 1992, in Seoul, Korea, the co-founders of WFWP proclaimed the advent of the global era of women, and they inaugurated WFWP with a special mission to become a pivotal organization in a worldwide peace movement led by women. I would like to give my heartfelt gratitude and congratulations to all the members and all of our dear volunteers who went out into the field, who built and developed WFWP during these past 30 years. Truly, truly incredible what you have done. You have devoted yourselves to the founder's vision of women working together to create one global family rooted in a culture of sustainable peace, going out with the heart of a mother beyond race, beyond nationality, beyond borders or religion, to sacrifice and to dedicate and to serve your fellow brothers and sisters all throughout the world. Truly incredible and moving to be a part of Women's Federation. I am so honored, and I want to thank you and congratulate you as we celebrate our 30th anniversary. I'm also so proud to see the many young adults who have been lending their energies and talents to the development of WFWP in recent years. Each and every one of you is so precious and valuable for the future of our work together. Dear women leaders and friends, much has been achieved, yet we all know very well there's still much more to be done. It has never been more obvious that peace does not come easily. In the past few weeks, we have been shocked, horrified, and saddened to see the violence in Ukraine, and we all sincerely yearn for a speedy end to this senseless destruction. Surely mothers and fathers, wives, husbands, and children on both sides of this conflict share the same fears for their loved ones and the same terrible grief when precious lives are lost. We must do better. And as women, we have to offer true, lasting solutions to conflict and war. That is what WFWP is all about. Our founders, my beloved parents-in-law, Dr. Hak Ja Han Moon and her late husband, the Reverend Dr. Sun Myung Moon, have brought a new understanding of the central role of women. As you all well know, the month of March is Women's History Month in several countries, and March 8th is designated by the United Nations as International Women's Day. Most activities and programs held around the world will focus on gender parity and overcoming inequality and oppression. WFWP, I believe, offers a comprehensive approach to solving the problem of the inequality of women. To illustrate this, let me read two short passages from the 2020 memoir of Mother Moon. Women are independent beings who represent God's feminine aspect and thus make men whole. It is time for women to rise above the popular trend of trying to improve their status by imitating men. This only casts the relationship between men and women as one of competition in a culture that ignores their God-given and God-incarnating uniqueness. At this time, women need to follow heaven's way and become central figures who, together with men, bring forth a new world based on the culture of heart. We need to rid ourselves first of fallen traits and realize the original culture, bringing to fruition the nation and world of goodness and love long sought by humanity. This begins at the center of the world, the home, where each woman embraces her husband as the embodiment of true love and raises their sons and daughters with the heart of a true parent. Beautiful words by our Mother Moon, our co-founder of WFWP. I believe that these words from Mother Moon explain something very special about our organization. Yes, we assert the rights of women to be happy and free from oppression, but we also recognize our own portion of responsibility for changing the environment. We cannot change the world without first looking inward and changing ourselves, learning to live for the sake of others, and quit blaming or accusing others. And we must reclaim our precious homes as the first and central place where we learn how to love and live with others in harmony. This is why I believe the contributions of Mother and Father Moon have been so powerful. Just last month in Korea, our Mother Moon presided over the World Summit 2022, in which she brought together world leaders from academia, politics, religion, business, the media, the nonprofit sector, under the umbrella of the Universal Peace Federation, with the vision of interdependence, mutual prosperity, and universal values. Dr. Hak Ja Han Moon inspired people from every background and ethnicity to overcome their differences for the sake of the future of our world, saying the following message. Until now, humanity has been ignorant of the fact that all of us and all nations are connected to heaven by heavenly universal law. Because of this ignorance, our beautiful earth has become dilapidated. It is continually worsening with climate change, the rise in sea levels, and especially natural disasters throughout the world. Moreover, many lives have been lost during the past 2 years due to the coronavirus pandemic. The truth is that we have no idea what other changes will take place and cause even more problems. All of this was brought about by human failure. We are now in the position of children who should attend God, our heavenly parent. As children who have been unfilial until now, our duty is to make God's dream come true on earth. Should we then just sit back and watch? All of humanity in the world needs to unite as one and fulfill our responsibilities, which are to return this world to its original state. That is what we, the people living in the world today, are required to do. As Mother Moon stated, it is the original dream of God, our Creator, to live in a world of peace. And it is also the dream of humanity, which is why the work we are doing has brought us together and inspired each of us deeply. Dear WFWP leaders, we are all looking forward to this assembly to share and to learn more so that we can become better facilitators of peace. Today, we will be hearing from WFWP leaders from each region about best practices and plans for 2022 and beyond. On day 2, session 1, we will be learning about effective uses of information technology. Thank you in advance to Mrs. Elena Razina for sharing your valuable knowledge and experience on this essential topic. This is a new digital age that continuously changes and evolves. And now the world is talking about metaverse. So it's constantly progressing. So we really need this input as we move forward. In session 2, Dr. Jennifer Huang will share practical information on NGO and small business management for achieving economic self-sufficiency, along with the latest financing and funding solutions. I believe this is an important topic for all of our chapters to understand better. Thank you very much to Dr. Jennifer Huang for joining us. Dear WFWP leaders, members, and friends, once again, I want to thank every one of you for attending this assembly. We are truly blessed to be able to put our hearts and our heads together, especially at this very difficult time. I want to express also my deepest prayers for the safety of our WFWP Ukraine members who are not able to join us. We all pray for a swift realization of peace in Eastern Europe, as well as the health and prosperity of all our members throughout the world. I believe we will find renewed energy and purpose through this assembly to improve and grow the Women's Federation for World Peace in the coming year. Thank you very much for being with us today, and may God bless you all. 감사합니다. 사랑합니다. 감사합니다.
Thank you. Thank you so much for your heartfelt and touching speech. Thank you, President. We are very, very honored to work under your leadership. Thank you so much. Okay, now let us invite our Senior Vice President, Dr. Sunjin Moon, to give us the special remark. Unfortunately, she could not join us live, but she sent us a special video to greet our WFW leaders and members. Enjoy the video. Thank you.
Dear Women's Federation for World Peace, distinguished leaders, guests, global family members, welcome to the WFWPI General Assembly 2022, zooming in from all over the world. So good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. This new year still has us challenging COVID-19 around the globe and battling the disastrous effects of climate change, with many upheavals in many sectors of life, such as economy, politics, religion, technology, sciences, healthcare, academia, human rights, and environmental rights, and now an unjust invasion on the Free Democratic Republic of Ukraine. That incursion has all of us offering our heartfelt thoughts and prayers for the families on both sides of the conflict. Indeed, now our mission for world peace is even more urgent than ever before. My parents, who founded WFWPI, have worked tirelessly to uphold the frontline charge to ensure peace on every corner of the globe. They have devoted their lives and all funds to promote, unite, resolve, educate, aid, and foster multiple peace programs and charities devoted to that singular mission. You are all the living testament to their reach and great partnerships to grow, enlighten multiple generations of peace-loving global citizens who will never give up on this noble dream of peace. Although these current times and crises are disheartening, we know that there is hope on the horizon. The great hope resides in your hearts, your work, your support, and your ongoing commitment to save all life on earth. We have inherited a great vision of one family under our universal creator, our heavenly parent. We must unite as global brothers and sisters to ensure the path to peace everywhere. For every woman and man and child, no one shall be left behind. We have been given the greatest inspiration by our founder, Dr. Hak Ja Han Moon, on what path the world must take to ensure that peace for all life on earth. In her speech titled World Peace and the Role of Women in 1992, she said, "We are arriving at an important transitional era, entering a world of oneness, which transcends the barriers of ideologies and the differences between language and cultures and racial conflicts. It is not by chance that we women are holding this conference for the sake of a new world of love and peace today. It is the providence of God. It is predestined and necessitated by the rushing flow of history. Until now in history, the role of men has been emphasized. The institutions of society and the world have been centered on men. Unfortunately, we cannot help but conclude that the reality of world led by men has been, in short, a history of conflict and sin. Isn't it because of the world of conflict and sin that we have dreamed of a world of happiness overflowing with peace and goodness? Because most of human history has been filled with war, revolution, fighting, oppression, domination, conflict, and violence, the masculine logic of power made sense, and the masculine ideologies dominated. The present age is different. The history of today is calling for peace, reconciliation, compassion, love, service, and sacrifice. It is an age in which the present problems cannot be solved by the masculine logic of power. There is no longer any need or ideologies which oppress humanity. This is the age when the present problems must be solved by the more feminine logic of love, and the direction of history must be straightened out. The 21st century is less than 10 years away. Now communism, which has trampled humankind mercilessly, while insisting on violent revolution and class struggle, is speaking its last words. World opinion has united in one voice saying that there must be no more war. These facts are signs proclaiming the opening curtain of a new age of women and the historical transition announcing the arrival of an age of liberation of women around the world. These profound words were given by the founder in 1992 and could not ring truer today in the times of current conflicts in the world. We must unite the global power of the feminine logic of love and usher in the age of liberation of women around the world. As my father also foresaw, women will save the world. For the sake of future generations, a mother's heart will step up no matter what. And in these trying times, we all need to inherit a mother's heart and work tenfold to ensure peace for this world that is being pulled apart by weapons of war and destruction. We are wholeheartedly committed to this global mission of peace and will carry on the torch to illuminate and save the world and ensure peace to all life on this planet. Please join us in our founders' rallies for hope and peace, collective peace projects, fundraisers for humanitarian aid and environmental aid, education and relief campaigns, our membership events, programs. So please join, donate, share, serve, and support us in person, online, and on social media. Let us together as women heal and restore this earth back to the balance, true love, compassion, care, prosperity for all life on this planet. I pray that you and your precious families receive abundant blessings, love, and protection from our Heavenly Parent, and may peace on earth be finally realized. Praying for both sides of the conflict to find a peaceful resolution, and may we do all we can to support in that endeavor. Let us gather our firm resolve to invest all we can to preserve all life on this glorious earth. Ladies and gentlemen, I have no doubt that women will save this world. Let us unite, act, and realize that change. Namaste.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Senior Vice President. We can feel her love and enthusiasm towards WFWP. As she said, compassion, love, and service are very important. So we are all gathered here together today. Thank you so much. Now, for today's occasion, we received a special entertainment performance from WFWP Spain. I would like to present to you piano performance by Miss Hyeryeong Jung. Miss Jung from South Korea and currently living in Spain. She came into contact with the music very early, first with the guitar and later moved on the piano at the Superior Conservatory of Music in Madrid. She has dedicated herself to teaching the piano and organizing concerts with her students every year. In April 2021, she released her first album, and Silicio Contigo. Her next performance will be in the Manera de Fala Auditorium in the Province Museum of Teruel, where you can go and listen to her play live. Let's enjoy. Please enjoy the Miss Hyeryeong Jung's Pardon. right. I hope you enjoyed it, the music. Through this powerful music, we can release our stress with. Thank you for providing us with a profound effect on both emotions and the body. Thank you so much. Now I would like to share the annual plan for this year, 2022, that is prepared by our international headquarters. So let me share the screen. So if you go to the slide number 2, the all content is that we decide this year our global theme and also global development aid. And one is the time span overview. So if you go to the next slide, Mian. So we have 3 global theme, which is one, peace and reconciliation, heavenly unified Korea, and environment and climate changes. And third one is women's leadership and educations. These 3 topics, we've been doing it, but we want to focus on these 3 subjects and worldwide. So we are in the one umbrella and we are all in same page. This is our aim. Next slide, please. So this is our just the overview for time span for the January to the March. It's a March just we start this assembly. Then also we will finish our 30th anniversary book publishing for this month. Next, please. So each month, I mean, especially May, we will start the young professional team events, and also the educational webinar for June. But this year, our focus in WFWP IHQ is focusing education, and also we will support to chapters, national chapters in many administrative ways. So if you have any issues, because I know many chapters not enough manpower, and also many IT skill is lacking. So we really want to focus and something you can really use in the field. That's what we want to do. Next, please. So we want to do the September. We formed young professional team. We do the event. Last year we did the virtual cafe and also the Golden Bell, that all done by young professional team to working together. So this year we will focus in this kind of development as well. And also December, we want to do the annual year-end party. We wanted to do it last year, but various reasons we couldn't make it. So hopefully we can do the year-end party. So we can see today's each chapter's presentation, then we will see how much we achieved at the end of the year. Next, please. So our project, if you go to next slide, for the General Assembly, we do the twice a year. And last year, if you remember, we done it in January, but this year we wanted to do it like February, but at least next year, we really want to do it either January or February, latest is January, because this year we had some many activity going on worldwide. So we couldn't make it on February. So last year we done the award ceremony and all those things, but we will do it this in our 30th anniversary. And next, please. And the funding project is really successful. I'm very, very thanks for everyone that, sorry, what is it? That give us this good project. So this is our third years, and thank you for the international president to support this activity. And we got the wonderful project. And this year we received many activity, but we got the 15 selected activities. We will fund them. Next, please. And global committee, you may heard about it, and we already sent all the invitations. So this is last year we run the like a pilot program. So this year we will do the two committee. One is education humanitarian and another one is young professional team. So this is the registration, QR code. If you're really interested, please register and join and be a part of the team and develop the WFWP more a different stage. Next, please. The young professional team, we done the many exciting activity last year, and we really wish we can develop more further with the many different students or many different young professional worldwide. And also student can join as although it's a young professional team, but we have some students also join this team. So we done a many educational webinar in the last year. So same as this year, we will do many educational programs, and which is more really we need it in the field. So, finance or IT and SNS marketing and metaverse, that kind of things we want to do developed. And also this year we had a Color My Heart with the Peace Children Art Competition, and we will have a briefing sessions. So please look at our website. If you go to WFWP .org website, we have all the information. Also, we have a website, CW Color My Heart. And this one also, we have a website and the Facebook and Instagram. So please go and have a look and join and promote. And we done the virtual cafe, and this year we continue to doing the virtual cafe. And this year, one thing we really want to do, next slide, please. And we will form the research team. So this research team, we want to analyze what we really needed, and hopefully we can put this in the journal. And so we will send all those advertisements soon. Hopefully like April, we will send the advertisement to recruit the research team. And also, this year is the 30th anniversary in the, April. So we are planning to do the 30th anniversary event. And as a part of that, we really made it this anniversary book. And up to now, it's like 520 pages. Thank you, everyone, to submit the article and being a, team to work together. And we also same time to the fundraise. The money is a total $36,000 up to now. So everyone work here is almost everyone, most of them are volunteers. And we publish this book, hopefully end of the March, we're targeting it. And so please stay. It will be really exciting, and many individual stories included. Thank you. That's all. Thank you very much. So it's very hard to explain for a whole year plan in such a short time. But if you have any questions, always welcome to contact headquarters, our office. We will happy to answer your questions. Now I'd like to brief your next program. First of all, there will be a meet and greet session for all our participants from all over the world to say hi and interact with each other. And after, there is a time for our regional leaders to introduce the 2022 annual plans in their goal regions. So before going to the next sessions for meet and greet, I would like to present the music performance from our WFWP France chapter. It is a French song called The Desire to Love by Miss Amélie Cunningham. The song is from the famous French musical, The Ten Commandments. Miss Amelie Cunningham immersed herself from a very young age into the world of the performing arts, gaining exposure to all major forms of dance, singing, and acting. Brussels-based music artist, she as a young professional views music as the most powerful form of communication in the world and a way to bring people together. Please enjoy her song.
C'est tellement ça, l'amour, tellement possible, l'amour, à qui m'entend, regarde tout, à qui le veut, vraiment. C'est tellement rien d'y croire, mais tellement tout, pourtant qu'il vaut la peine de le vouloir, de le chercher tout le temps. Ce sera nous dès demain. Ce sera nous le chemin pour que l'amour qu'on saura se donner nous donne l'envie d'aimer. C'est tellement court, une vie tellement fragile aussi, que de courir après le temps ne laisse plus rien à vivre. Ce sera nous dès demain. Ce sera nous le chemin pour que l'amour qu'on saura se donner nous donne l'envie d'aimer. Ce sera nous dès ce soir, à nous de le vouloir, faire que l'amour qu'on aura partagé nous donne l'envie d'aimer. C'est tellement fort, c'est tellement tout. L'amour, puisqu'on attend de vie en vie depuis la nuit des temps. Ce sera nous, ce sera nous, ce sera nous pour que l'amour qu'on saura se donner nous donne envie voyager nous donne l'envie d'aimer, nous donne l'envie d'aimer, nous donne l'envie d'aimer pour que l'amour qu'on saura se donner nous donne l'envie d'aimer.
Wow, thank you. I hope you enjoyed it. You can remember, do you remember last year our assembly was more Latin? You know, our singers is from Latin America. And this time our singers performers is from Europe. So it's different feeling. Thank you so much, because so many talented young adults, and we really want to call them for our 30th anniversary. So if you know anyone, please recommend us to, so we can make it something exciting for our 30th anniversary event. Now for the greet and meet session, many people love these sessions. Our staff will divide you into random groups, and so you can meet with your international colleagues and friends. There is no specific topic or, but you can introduce yourself and share your personal goal or what, or your family or your children, so on. So there will be total 15 minutes for the sessions. All the group rooms will be open, so you can also choose the groups by yourself to join. Okay, let's go. Thank you. Welcome back. I hope you had a good experience during this meet and greet time, because last year we done the General Assembly and we have a feedback, and many people love these sessions. And it is fun to meet, and some people find their old friends they met in 20 years ago, even when they do meet in the summer. So that was amazing, they met like this, and thank you so much. And I hope you enjoyed it. And I noticed there's some people still in the main room, maybe various reasons. They have some other things to do, or sometimes technical issue, so they couldn't join. So hopefully next time we wish to, have more people to, take this opportunity to know each other and greet. This is really, really a rare opportunity to we all meet together. Now we will start the presentation on the annual regional plan for 2022. Each presenter will give a 5 minutes. I'm very, very sorry. 5-minute presentation in alphabetical order by region. And the next presenter may begin their presentation without my introduction, so we can save the time. Our staff will assist you with the screen sharing and timekeeping. The next slide, please say next. The timekeeper's bell will ring 1 minute before the end of each region's report. Please be professional and manage your time to present in 5 minutes. Also, the WFWP Korea presentation will be held in Korean, so please use the interpreter function below to listen to the translation. We will start with the presentation from WFWP Africa. Then after that, Asia Pacific 1, Asia Pacific 2, Europe, Eurasia, Middle East, Japan, Korea, Latin America, North America, and WFWP and UN office. Thank you. Susan, floor is yours. Thank you.
Thank you very much, International Secretary General. I'd like to start with the greetings to Dr. Julia Moon, our International President, and also our Senior International Vice President, Dr. Sanjin Moon, and thank the International Office for organizing this formidable program of the Assembly. So I'd like to present our 2022 Regional Annual Plan of Activities in Africa. This one will be adopted by all the different chapters, also depending also with the programs given by the International Office. And we'll try our best to achieve most of them as per expected. Next, please. So we have the first one, which is the Peace and Reconciliation for Heavenly Unified Korea and World. We do have weekly online regional prayer meetings. We started last year. All the women leaders and all the mothers, all the sisters, we meet every Friday in the evening, and we pray for 2 hours. We read the founders' memoirs, and also we pray together, and we share our reflections. And also we have, we want to start forums to promote unified Korean programs, and also have some essay and poetry contests with the same subject. And also we want to start the 1% love sharing, where we can send some funds for the reunification of the Korean Peninsula. Next, please. Also, the next one is the environment and climate change. We started these programs in 2020, where we also, through the Women Federation International and also Giving for Good International, we do have programs related to environment. In Kenya and some parts of Africa, we have the environmental programs which really promotes good management of the environment. We have the green solar energy for African villages, and other environmental sustainability education programs, tree planting and kitchen gardens, where women are taught how to grow their own vegetables and also take their environment at the same time, and also use the fundraise for with already used goods, that is second-hand goods, and so that we can also maintain and also nurture the environment. Next. Also, we have women's leaders and education programs. Now we also have an educational director. We have already started the mental health online webinars, which have become very, very, very useful. We started with the Women Federation International programs, and then now we are doing it on the regional level. And it's really being appreciated in all corners of Africa. It has really helped many, many women to come out of their own situations and to accept and appreciate themselves and live a fulfilling life. Also, we have pure love character education programs which we have planned. And also we decided also to have a mutual fund, which will be the results or the contributions will be directed towards the certain projects or certain programs. And also we have many planned women empowerment programs, which will be spread out to different skills and talents. And then this one will be like, it will depend on each and every chapter, what programs they want to do to empower their women. So these are the women's leadership and education programs, which will be going on. They have been going on, but now we'll be doing it more on a structured way. Next, please. The other one is a Mother's Heart Peace Network, which we inaugurated in February last year. Now we have 1 year programs. We have within that project, we have peace building and reconciliation through, and also sisterhood programs, which is a signature program of the Women Federation, and also many, many empowerment programs, especially after the COVID-19 pandemic. We realized there are so many challenges facing women, especially in the grassroots. And so we started this network also to teach true family values, and also to start entrepreneurship programs for women so that they can also help themselves. And as groups, especially Africa, the groups are very, very popular, where women come together and bring the funds together, and they collect funds together, and they help each other through table banking. So this Mother's Heart Peace Network is also a network which is geared towards raising 1 million mothers in each and every nation. We are going to raise to register. We have already started the drive. Each and every country is actually concentrating on that. These 1 million mothers will be a network of mothers or women or mothers to be, who are going to be speaking in one voice. And also they are going to be introduced to all women programs, especially Women Federation programs, so that they can also be part and parcel of the peace associates. And eventually they can also be core members of the Women Federation. This is like building up our forces on the ground in Africa, so that we can be a big force. We can also fulfill the goals that we have, and especially for the Victory the Vision 2027. So we also want to promote the sisterhood ceremony. And this is about peace, where women leaders can come together and work together as women, as sisters, especially. As you know, in Africa, there are so many divisions, many tribes, and many cultural groups. So you also really want to stress on the sisterhood programs, so that this network can also be strengthened, and also we can fulfill our goals as expected by the Women Federation International. So it's very difficult actually to explain all the nitty-gritty of the details that are going to happen each and every chapter, but they adopt these four agendas, strategies, and each and every chapter is going to lay some kind of an activity plan on how they are going to do it. But this is just like a framework on how we are going to work in Africa, including all these four agendas. And hopefully that we can all be able to contribute positively to the growth of the Women Federation International programs worldwide. Thank you very much. Thank you.
So my respect and greetings to our International President, Dr. Julia Moon, to our Senior Vice President, Dr. Sanjay Moon, to all of our International Vice Presidents, VIPs, and to all of our guests and members. On behalf of our IVP for Asia Pacific 1, Mrs. V. Patavitarmsaku, I am Christine Rose Balayo, the Regional Secretary General, and I will be presenting our 2022 goal and year plan. Next, please. So we have three major goals this year. First is to increase our membership by at least 30% and to raise additional peace-loving global women leaders with heart in each national chapter. The second is to increase our partnership and engagement in international, regional, and national events. And our goal is to raise more advocates and committee members for education, environmental protection, young professionals, and in the Global Women's Peace Network. And lastly, to raise funds to provide monetary support for all the project implementations on regional and national events. Next, please. So having these goals, we strategized and plan to first enhance our organizational strength. Because to grow, we first need to take care of our existing chapters by checking up on them monthly, doing constant orientations, recreations, and get-together, which will be held online for now, and award outstanding chapters. With all of that, we also plan to raise more leaders and regional staff who can focus on different areas such as membership, social media, and reporting. We also are planning to conduct regional events or activities centering on the global theme this year. And through these events, we are hopeful that we can create an environment wherein we can share inspiring stories that will be engaging to the people who can witness them and let the world know what we do best. We are also focused on developing our public relations. So we plan to have more partnerships with other NGOs and governmental organizations that also focus on similar goals that we have, and to also activate our social networking sites. So we plan to continue applying for project sponsorship from our IHQ, also continue collecting membership fees, doing donation drives, and hopefully create a fund generating business that can help us in supporting our chapters monetarily. So this year, we also are working to master the art of adaptation, for we know that everything changes, including the needs of each chapter. And by changing to meet those needs, modifying strategies, and adapting to new demands, which are still under our vision and mission, the organization can stay relevant. Next slide, please. So on this screen, these are the events that we are planning to conduct this year, and hopefully we can find manpower and the means to successfully implement it. So for Heavenly Unified Korea, we plan to do webinars to commemorate the 72nd anniversary of the Korean War and to continue on the Color My Heart with Peace drawing contest, and also conduct a literary and speaking competition centering on the significance of the reunification of the Korean Peninsula, and to do an online concert for a cause. And for our environment and climate change activities, we plan to introduce sustainable farming and backyard gardening and raise up a group of environmental stewards who can really take charge in planning environmental climate actions, such as reducing the amount of carbon footprint. And for the Women's Leadership and Education, we want to continue the works of the Mother's Hearts Network, the Global Women's Peace Network, and the other IHQ Global Committee, which focuses on education and group of young professionals. And we are also planning to conduct skills development and livelihood training for women in our different chapters who badly needed it. Next slide, please. So all of these events are plotted on the monthly timeline that we have for this year, including other programs that our national chapters are planning to do and are currently doing. So we hope that at the end of 2022, we can achieve our short-term goals and can have improvement to our long-term goals. And we know that as women working together globally, many will come to help us in fulfilling our plans and dreams. So I would like to leave everyone a message from our Mother Moon, the co-founder of Women's Fed. The Women's Federation for World Peace recognizes that the moral and spiritual roots of great nations are still alive. So let us help each other, let us commit our time, let us share our ideas and our strengths to accomplish this noble cause. So again, I am Christine Rose Balayo, the RSG for Asia Pacific One. Thank you so much for listening.
Firstly, kia ora and greetings to our National President, Mrs. Julia Moon, and our Senior Vice President, Dr. Sun Jin Moon. Greetings also to our Secretary General, Dr. Paris Moon, and all our leaders present here today. My name is Matapa Shelley. I am the President of the New Zealand chapter of the Women's Federation for World Peace and standing in for Mrs. Anne Bellavance, the Regional Leader for Asia Pacific 2, who is not able to attend today. Asia Pacific region, second slide, please. Asia Pacific region 2 comprises of 9 nations: Australia, New Zealand, Solomon Islands, Papua New Guinea, Vanuatu, Samoa, Fiji, Philippines, and Malaysia. The following is a short report on activities each nation planned to hold during 2022. These are based on the global themes set out by our international headquarters, including peace and reconciliation for Heavenly Unified Korea and world, environment and climate change, women's leadership and education. Our activities may vary from place to place, reflecting the uniqueness of each nation's situation and efforts in sustaining their growth and development. Our region's motto for our strategic plan for 2021 to 2024 is empowering women for peace. And so our goals are geared around inspiring women, engaging youth, and environmental sustainability. The following is an overview of our priority areas under these goals. They include governance and leadership, project planning, finance and funding, outreach, keep it here please, branding, marketing, social impact, and Women's Federation for World Peace, global development and aid. Next slide, please. Australia has events happening almost every month. As you can see in the right-hand column, all these activities corresponds to the Women's Federation for World Peace International Common Goals for this year. And here in Asia Pacific too, they align with our priority goals for our region under leadership, finance and funding, social impact and global development and aid. In New Zealand, we have 6 programs with 11 projects scattered appropriately under these, which is why our calendar for 2022 is absolutely full with activities happening almost every week. If you look carefully All these activities are consistent with international goals for this year. And here in Asia Pacific too, they tie in with our priority goals for our region under leadership, finance, the environment, outreach, and social impact. Like New Zealand, Papua New Guinea began their calendar of activities in February of this year. These are very much in alignment with our international goals for 2022. And here in Asia Pacific too, they correlate with our priority goals for our region under leadership, finance, the environment, outreach, and social impact. The Solomon Islands kicked off the year with orientation and meetings, including their AGM, to prepare them for this year. As you can see, their activities correspond with our international common goals. And here in Asia Pacific too, they are connected with our priority goals for our region under leadership, education, the environment, outreach, and social impact. Fiji has a wonderful lineup of projects and activities for this year. With a small membership, Fiji has a strong resolve to expand through their activities. If you look carefully, many of these align with our international common goals. And here in Asia Pacific too, they are consistent with our priority goals for our region under leadership, education, the environment, social impact, global development, and aid. Next, please. Palau may be a tiny nation, but it has a big reputation for being one of the world's leading nations in caring for its environment. And incidentally, they were the host of our very first First Ladies Conference back in 2019. Our contacts in Palau are working towards establishing the Palau chapter of the Women's Federation for World Peace in May of this year. They already have a strong foundation, so let's wish them all the best. The Philippines chapter have many seminars and education workshops happening this year centered around the Women's Federation for World Peace International Common Goals. And here in Asia Pacific too, these activities correspond with our priority goals for our region under leadership, education, the environment, and social impact. And like the Philippines, Malaysia, lastly, have got a series of seminars and education workshops taking place this year centered around the Women's Federation for World Peace International Common Goals. And here in Asia Pacific too, these activities align with our priority goals for our region under leadership, education, the environment, social impact, and global development and aid. I have come to the end of my presentation. Thank you for this opportunity, and thank you for your attention.
Greetings, everyone, from Switzerland. Very happy to have this opportunity to present the goals for our Women's Federation Europe for the year 2022. This poster that you can see on the right, this is a poster from one of our many events this year, but I put that because it's very indicative of the way we are working. We're working with broad, high-level partnerships, and we're bringing women and young women together, all different ages, even oftentimes we have young men and men in working with us also in our partnerships. Thank you so much to our founder, Mother Moon, for showing us the shining example of leadership that we are all emulating. I would say the greatest testimony to our work in Europe and probably everywhere is when we look at Women's Federation leaders and members and see how we are developing in our character, but also in our leadership qualities every year. I am amazed by that. Next. I'm presenting this according to the priority goals that we have set for the year 2022. So we have just launched very recently, long time in the making, our new EUME curriculum, Building a World of Peace, A Woman's Way, just launched last month. We have already 20 different chapters who are starting to work with it, and already several translations in the making. We have a signature project, which is our Women's Peace Academy, which began in the Netherlands, but has been fanning out to many nations and being used in many different ways. Basically, it's the house for our educational programs. We also plan to, and this will continue to develop throughout the year 2022. We plan two annual events, two events this year under the name of the Women's Leadership Conferences that we have been doing every year since the year 2000. And we will continue to give our awards and do this in partnership, in broad partnership, and as an opportunity also to report to our governments and to work in aligned with the Sustainable Development Goals. We also have been trying every year to do an event at our European Parliament or one of the European institutions. It was difficult in 2020. We couldn't manage, but we plan to have at least one this year, and hopefully hybrid. That is, hopefully we can go there in person. Also, national parliaments. We have goals that every year that we have a goal this year that we would like that each nation can have an event in their national parliament and seats of government. We also have a young women's speech contest beginning in the UK quite a few years ago, which also is expanding and is now being, these events are being held in many nations, I think six or seven nations currently. Next. I could probably say that all of our activities could be under this category of leadership and education, but just to mention a few more, we are working with the First Ladies. Our strategy for impact for this association is to really strengthen our network, to build this core alumni, and to really develop a project. And we have some ideas for that. We try to support UPF through partnering and providing also women speakers when they are, especially when they are lacking those. We have countless capacity building programs, often monthly in many countries, sometimes in many cities in many countries, where we invite experts. And since the dawn of the Zoom conferences, these virtual conferences, we have really taken off, as I'm sure all nations are doing the same. We are being invited to give radio interviews. More and more our sisters are really being seen as experts in the work they do and being invited to speak in others' activities and events. We have a strong young women's leadership. We have almost in every, I think in every nation, we have leadership, youth in our leadership. And we have are developing always different ways to strengthen that. We have women and faith, different sorts of women and faith programs, where from local autobiography readings to currently, interfaith prayer meetings for Ukraine or Afghanistan. So this is at all different levels. Next. Peace and reconciliation. So we have in Europe, since the beginning, since 1996, we have had so many Bridge of Peace events trying to heal these World War enmities, which we see springing up again. And so still every year we have different chapters who are making repeatedly, sometimes the same Bridge of Peace programs to go deeper and deeper into this reconciliation. We have a strong advocacy doing work for the Women's DMZ project. We have ideas to work with embassies, Korean diaspora, also student projects. Support to conflict areas, humanitarian aid continues. Europe has always been strong for that. We have sometimes our youth teams going in and helping us to deliver this aid. And also we do a lot of training and capacity building for in this kind of peace building skills. Calling for prayer and unity meetings. This is, of course, currently for Ukraine, especially, this is really quite a dramatic thing for us that we've been almost every day, we've been on these meetings. Also, Color My Heart is a project that has been taken up by different chapters. Next. Yeah, and finally, environment and climate change. So these are newer to our agenda, but we have a big thing happening in Geneva that we are a part of. We have our project, Women, Peace, and the Environment, that we are trying to really work work under the banner of Women's Federation to establish a place at the DMZ where women of North and South Korea can work together, supported by the international community and supported, of course, by the governments. Giving for Good is being taken up in different nations. And we have different, CSW 66 is coming up, and we have huge amount of input for that, and all of it is centered upon the environment. Maybe just finally, most things that we do, we try to put under the theme of the UN days or the SDGs, so that we have that additional reporting capacity that we can go to our governments, tell them that we are doing this in support of their commitments to the United Nations. So thank you so much for your attention.
Our dear sisters, for our region, it is not easy to speak in this kind of time. Honestly speaking, we could never ever imagine to be in this kind of situation. Last year there was Armenia, Azerbaijan, now it's Russia, Ukraine, and so much is happening. And of course, prayers from all people, including all people in Russia, go to Ukraine, to all people who suffer in both parts of Ukraine, West and East. So people, families, children need to be absolutely protected. That's why people of all religions and nationalities, we're just praying. And we have different religions. Even in Russia, we have made different religions, but all people are doing conditions, whatever is possible, according to their religions, doing spiritual conditions, prayer or fast or whatever, to stop the situation so that people's lives, especially children's lives, can be absolutely protected and saved. That's, of course, it's very easy, very difficult to speak about the plans, but still I'll try at least to present whatever we whatever we were thinking of before the situation started. Of course, we'll do our best to still continue our work as Women Federation, just really sincerely trying to understand what could be the priority in this situation. Next, please. So as for Russia, also, we had plans. Anyway, we'll see what we can do. But anyway, still main focus is moral education. This is a priority. We'll do our best and continue doing our best to educate our children as peace-loving people, people who have real dignity, of true people who live for the sake of others and who are able to love people and who will live for the higher cause. So as also Women Federation, will absolutely do our best to continue working in this direction on finding new ways to do that. This will not stop, whatever happens in this kind of really heartbreaking situation. And of course, all our intercultural programs promoting family values. Anyway, we'll try to find a way to continue that, because this is true. Yeah, so we need to promote true, strong family values, and also intercultural and international cooperation. And this also won't stop. We just need to find a way to continue all of that. And also, of course, helping people, families, children. Now, so many people need help. Even there are always people who need help, but especially now. So we'll do our best to find ways to help whoever needs help, and we'll continue praying for all the people who are suffering. And of course, it's kind of difficult now to do festivals, you know, but anyway, whatever programs are possible for peace, we will continue them. Next, please. If we talk about Albania, you know that Albania also has been developing Women Federation programs on a very good, very high level. So the kind of one of the main projects is also Women Peace Academy, based on the European Women Federation curriculum. And then also they have been doing already for several years, they have been doing youth speech contests. They're going to continue this year. The topic is finding my true self in the digital era. And this will be not only for young ladies, but also young men are welcome. And also Albania is going to focus on educational projects, so use for the environment, promoting environmentally sustainable life and the use of the reusable bags. Of course, I didn't put here all the activities and all the plans. We just decided to focus on the main points. Next, please. Then Armenia, they already, even though, so still there is a plan, and we really hope it can succeed. So Armenia has a plan to register Women Federation and to create an official chapter of Women Federation. But even though, even now they're being very active, so it's inauguration of Women Federation in Armenia, workshops on family moral education for families and young people, charity programs for families and children in need, and especially for those families who suffered because of the war. Women's Federation of Latvia is focusing on promoting Color My Heart with Peace contest in Latvia, and also they're doing many charity projects for elderly people. And Women's Federation of Lithuania, they're also planning to take more actively part in the Women's Federation Program of Europe on Women's Federation International, and also building network with other NGOs. Just before the war started, Ukraine was supposed to send their plans, and as you know, they're working on a very high level, like with governmental institutions and with so many NGOs. And of course, they just were not able to do that. So all our hearts and all our prayers go to our sisters and families in Ukraine. And we just will do our best to pray and do conditions. And we believe that this terrible, horrible situation can stop, and all the people's lives can be absolutely protected. Thank you.
Sorry. Greetings to everyone, especially to our president, to our vice president, to our general secretary, and to all our beloved sisters and maybe some brothers who may be present. We are very happy to present the plans at this very challenging time. Indeed, it is for me personally, it's a great challenge to present something following the Eurasia region. The Middle East is not foreign to conflicts. So our determination now is to bring a paradigm of reconciliation, bring a paradigm of empowering women to bring peace. We have a lot of conflicts that are going on in our region, and we know how painful it can be for both sides, for all sides. Next. So next slide, please. So one project that we will do soon together with WFWP France and our very trusted friends of Morocco is an event centered on the North Africa region. It's otherwise called Maghreb. And it will be with centering on the environment, celebrating the International Day of Earth. And we will try to see how the situations, the climate and the environment in the Middle East, especially in that area, can affect women and can affect prosperity and peace. Peace and environment are very much connected, although we cannot think so much about that, but it is indeed very much connected. It can bring prosperity or it can be conflict. It can bring all this, and we hope to have a very fruitful event. Next slide, please. But at the same time, we want to develop our local Middle East chapters of the countries, of all the countries of the Middle East, especially the ones who have active presidents. We are not active enough, I must confess, and we want to do it more. So there was this there is a fantastic opportunity through the very wise initiative of our founder to cooperate, to coordinate and put together the three regions of Europe, of Eurasia, and us, the Middle East. And we want to invest on this fact. We want to share plans, share activities, and see how each president can initiate activities according to their countries. Next slide, please. Of course, I think many people in this audience know about our signature project, the Middle East Women's Conference. This year, it's going to be the 27th we're going to center it on youth, and we're going to try to have also younger speakers for this. We hope to attract people from all ages, of course, and we hope to stimulate the reconciliation and the communication and partnership between all the countries of the Middle East. Next slide, please. So it was already mentioned about the curriculum that it has been finished. The women's curriculum is finished, and as my colleague of Europe explained, it's already many people, many chapters, many other even private people and educators for other NGOs who are interested in applying this curriculum. This module is for the impact of women in their environment and also the society. Already in our region, the group of Afghan women are interested to listen and to receive it. And we are going to apply this, this project very soon, in the coming months or next month. Thank you. That's what I wanted to present for Middle East.
Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Greetings from Tokyo, Japan. My name is Moriko Hori. I'm the president of WFWP Japan, and I'm also the IVP for Japan region. And Japan region contains WFWP Japan and WFWP Taiwan. WFWP Japan is divided to 11 regions, and under the regions we have 800 chapters, and we have more than 1,000 regional projects are going on in Japan. And also WFWP overseas volunteers are doing more than 100 projects in 50 countries. Next, please. Today, I'm going to introduce some major activities of WFWP Japan. This year's main theme is define and raise next generation. Next generation for Japan is, 40s and the age of 40s and 50s, and we desperately need these generations to contain our activities. And let me introduce this year's major activities. The first one is WFWP PR contest. It's already happened. And this contest is to help, it was held to give WFWP members the confidence to introduce the vision and activities of WFWP. We gave 10 minutes. We asked them to present in 10 minutes about the visions and activities, so that our members can as you may know, Japanese people are very shy, so we have to do this kind of event to make them to be confident, so that this will contribute to increase new membership. So next time, we're going to ask only 5 minutes to give presentation about our activities and our visions. The next major activity is GSW 66. This is the first time for WFWP Japan to host a parallel event. Our theme is climate change and women. The president of WFWP Haiti and our chairperson of Tokyo district, they will going to present devastating stories of natural disasters. And we also invite the specialist who is the expert on natural disaster prevention. So please join our parallel event. Next, please. The next one is the inauguration ceremony of the training center in Rwanda. We have New Hope Technical Institute in Rwanda, but we really need another training center. So thank you for WFWP Korea and USA for helping us to build this center. Because of the COVID-19, we postponed the construction, but hopefully we're going to have inauguration ceremony this year. Also, WFWP Japan is preparing for the 30th anniversary. In March 24th, we created the 30th anniversary magazine, and we made beautiful badges and pens and all these goods. So I hope we can give some our goods to other regions, hopefully. Next, please. Yes, next is the WFWP Taiwan. WFWP Taiwan, there are three major activities. The first one is empower youth students, AIDS prevention education and prevention of drug abuse and prevention of tobacco and areca nuts to protect teenage health. WFWP Taiwan care for the well-being and health of teenagers. And over 3,000 speeches will be delivered nationwide, and more than 100,000 person times will benefit from this campaign. And also the second one is Empower Women and Family. And the Happiness Life Environment Women Program empowered women on physical and spiritual health, building happy families and sustainable society. Service skills and teamwork. They became community reading club leaders and spending the ideas and practical methods of happy life, contributing their power to help women to learn and grow together. And they also have Loha's Ageless Academy and Lovely Home. And the third category is International Involvement, NGO-CSW Young Women Empowerment for International Involvement. WFWP Taiwan Annual General Assembly, Symposium, and Forum were held every year in response to the UN CSW's call for gender equality and women empowerment. Next, please. And WFWP Taiwan are preparing to publish the 30th anniversary book this year, December. And I must say that, you know, it is amazing to work with WFWP Taiwan. The members are very professional. They have scholars and, you know, entrepreneurs, and all the specialists are working hard to inculcate people in Taiwan, although they are in a very difficult situation politically, but WFWP Taiwan are very energetic, and they're actually creating enormous social impact in their country. So that's all for Japan region. Thank you so much.
네, 안녕하세요. 여성연합 한국회장 김수영입니다. 반갑습니다. 2022년 한국본부 활동 계획을 보고 드리겠습니다. 넥스트. 먼저 신통일 한국과 화해와 통일입니다. 한국은 남북 분단되어 있으므로 한반도 통일운동이 최우선에 합니다. 최근 한반도 평화 사밋 순리 운세로 이어받아 금년에는 크게 4가지 주요 활동을 진행할 예정입니다. 첫 번째는 DMZ 피스존 심포지엄입니다. 작년에는 유엔 한국협회와 함께 5개 지구에서 개최하였으며 올해는 전문가들을 초청하여 심포지엄을 개최 예정입니다. 두 번째는 항이름이 WWPM 웨비나입니다. 2021년부터 한국, 일본, 미국이 공동 주최하면서 2회 진행되었습니다. 북한 시민들의 현실을 북한 이탈리즘이나 한반도 통일을 영업하는 지도자들을 초청하며 듣는 웨비나를 올해도 개최하고자 합니다. 세 번째는 통일 해드림입니다. 미래 세대인 청소년들의 통일에 대한 인식 현상과 바른 가치관으로 한적하기 위해서 개최되고 있으며 통일 특강과 탐방 등을 프로젝트로 진행합니다. 네 번째는 통일 인문학 교실입니다. 교수나 이따르 주민을 강사로 초청하며 책, 영화 등의 인문학 자료를 바탕으로 통일에 대한 교육을 지역 여성 지도자들을 초청해서 하여 실시합니다. Next. 다음은 환경 및 기후 변화입니다. 한국에서는 작년부터 전국 동시폰서 활동을 2회 진행하고 있습니다. 2022년도도 상반기에는 6월에 호국 포흥의 달을 맞이하여 순국 성열을 호국 연령에 순고함 희생전신을 기리기 위해 진행되는 예정입니다. 하반기에는 유엔의 날을 기념해서 축기물을 진행하는 예정입니다. Next. 다음은 여성 리더십 및 교육입니다. 먼저 여성 지도자 초청 웨비나입니다. 여성이 평화를 만든다. 한 주제로 다양한 내용을 다루며 지역사회 여성 지도자들이 자유롭게 웨비나를 듣고 역량 강화를 할 수 있도록 올해도 분기별로 개최하려고 현재 준비하고 있습니다. 다음은 GWPN 지도자 초청 세미나입니다. 허스토리, 여성들이 이야기를 주제로 그동안 GWPM을 통해 관계 맺었던 지역 여성 지도자들을 중심으로 단체 간의 교류와 협력, 파트너십 형성하고 통일운동과 지역 기반 조성을 확대하고 진행되고 있습니다. 올해도 이어서 진행되는 예정입니다. 다음은 더 미래입니다. 작년에 만들었던 20대, 30대 팀으로 젊은 여성 지도자들을 여성연합 연결시키고 젊은 여성 지도자들을 양성하기 위한 팀입니다. 다음은 CSW66 스터디입니다. 젊은 세대들이 관심을 많이 가지고 있는 유엔과 CSW에 대해서 더 미래팀을 중심으로 스터디 그룹을 진행하고 있습니다. Next. 마지막으로 인도적 자원 사업입니다. 먼저 가자 아이드림입니다. 한국에서는 중동 가자 지역의 아이들을 위해 2010년도부터 후원 실시하고 있으며 팔레스타인 위료 후원 협회와 올해도 MOU를 맺어 더 활발하고 확실한 후원을 전개할 예정입니다. 다음은 스담 부녀 자녀 신디산당입니다. 한국에 거주하고 있는 다문화 가정 부모와 자녀들을 대상으로 미술을 활용한 심리상담을 진행할 예정입니다. 다음은 지구가족 사랑 1% 운동 구호 사업입니다. 올해는 화산 피해 입는 통과 지원과 캄보디아 독서관 건립 등 자연재해나 긴급 구호가 필요한 지역에 후원금 또는 후원 물품을 전달하는 예정입니다. 지금 우크라이나에 대한 지원을 하고 있습니다. 마지막으로 지구가족 1% 운동입니다. 효정 희망 나눔 기도입니다. 우리의 전통 문화인 효와 정의 전신으로 살려 코로나19의 어려운 환경에 처한 이웃들을 위해 5만 원 상당의 신료품, 위생품, 생필품으로 담은 희망 키트를 제작하여 기부하고 있습니다. 올해는 이미 1회 진행되었으며 하반기에는 한번 추석 때 맞이하는 기부할 예정입니다. 한국여성연합 2022년도 주요 활동 계획은 여기까지입니다. 감사합니다.
I will try to talk from my cell phone. We have a complete electricity blackout just now, so hopefully you can hear well. Next, please. I will just put off my camera so I have better internet. Since last year, we started to we divided South America or Latin America in 5 sub-regions. So it is a little bit easier to connect with all the countries, and we're doing monthly meetings. This year, we will continue doing monthly meetings where we will discuss national membership fee, membership forms, regional and regional events, etc. So next, please. Next. And on behalf of Peace and Reconciliation, last year we had several very successful Bridge of Peace ceremonies between countries that had a history of conflict. And this was especially good because for the first time we could do these kind of sisterhood ceremonies or Bridge of Peace ceremonies because we did it virtually. So it was a very, very good initiative. It started with Peru and Ecuador, and then we did several between Argentina, Chile, Paraguay, Uruguay, and others. And this year we already have planned for several of these. Also for the Heavenly Unified Korea and World, we want to work in partnership with IAFLP, with the First Ladies Association. This was a proposal from former First Lady of Paraguay, Madame Emilia Franco. She thought we should start in meetings in order to create awareness of the Korean Peninsula conflict and how it affects Latin America and the world. Next, please. So this year we will start doing more and more IAFLP together with Women's Federation. On the theme of environment and climate change, last year we started some really good projects with the help of GFGI. And this year, the project in Brazil will continue. It is called Heavenly Environment and Heavenly Community. This is in order to educate the community through engagement and cleaning and planting activities and environmental education in schools. Also in Trinidad and Tobago, there will be again a day of beach environment cleanup, planting vegetables and kitchen garden project. In Argentina, with the help of GFGI, they will start a really good project, sustainable development for women, creation and management of organic gardens, healthy foods. And in Bolivia, last year and 2020, they had a lot of Zoom conferences about recycling and environment. We will continue educating women about this. Also in Paraguay, we are finishing our first thematic park, Cubierta Roga, which is a park with out-of-use tires and a house with out-of-use tires. So next, please. This is a great project that will continue in the whole country. Next, please. And in women leadership and education in South America and Latin America and whole Latin America, we always have a big campaign of Pink October. This is a campaign against breast cancer, but not only we talk about breast cancer, but all kinds of health issues in that month. So it is really, really active in South America and Latin America. Also, we in almost all the countries have monthly lectures, monthly conferences where we invite professional women to address current issues such as health, family, culture, arts, environment. And also Women's Federation always uses these virtual or presential activity to give character education and the Women's Federation philosophy. Also for third consecutive year, a Women's Federation in Paraguay plans to do a 2-month course of the Women's Federation philosophy. This is very important for us to make to help all these contexts that we have for many years to come closer to Women's Federation. Also in Haiti, the literacy education project is going on. This year, they will continue doing it. Last year, they could open another, in 2018, they opened the second literacy class education. So it is, they will continue in 2022. Next, please. Also, through GFGI, Haiti could put solar panels in their schools. So that was also a very big project. And also in the 11th GWPN event will be held in Dominican Republic on October 29, 2022. As the final result of the first 10 meetings, they had 1,318 participants with 14 countries, 12 NGOs, and some former first ladies, members of Senate and House of Representatives, current ministers. So many important people could participate during all these years in this event. To a large extent, GWPN was able to play a role in promoting a network among these countries, groups, and women leaders to deepen mutual understanding and share challenges and ideals. We are looking really forward for this next, the 11th GWPN event in Dominican Republic. Next, please. This is especially important because Mrs. Kono, she started it and very inspiring, and she could continue during all these years. Also in Brazil, they have since actually it's not 12 years, I'm sorry, it is since 2015, they are doing this Feast of Nations. It's a very big event. Even the mayor of São Paulo participated in this event. And this is a very important event because the embassies usually participate and they're really like getting to know Women's Federation. The embassies of several countries are participating and are getting to know Women's Federation. Already over 3,000 people are connected with Women's Federation through this event. Next, please. The next is about, we have now a representative of UN office of our Women's Federation. Oh, okay. We do all the celebrations that we can, like International Day of Peace, International Women's Day, and we will continue doing it in 2022. All the countries of Latin America try to accomplish and celebrate all these days with lectures and with activities. Next, please. Also, the International Day, Friendship Day is a very celebrated day. And also, we now have the UN office representative here in Latin America for the first time. And she is organizing meetings with all sub-regions. And she's explaining a little bit more about what we can do towards the goals of UN. We have to connect with UN in our countries. That is our goal for this year. And especially focus on topics of UN like children's rights, mental health, sports, family rights, social development, financing for development, human rights, spirituality, values and global concern, youth, status of women, and all these objectives. So this is helping us so much to understand more about what Women's Federation for World Peace can do in order to unite more with these goals. And Dr. Maria Gabriela Tomasini, she's really good in explaining all these goals and what is our what we can do as Women's Federation. So this year, this will continue, and hopefully we can do much more. Next, please. And I want to finish with the words of our founder. She says, it is very important that voices of truth and goodness are not silent. If we are to transform our world, we must teach and practice truth. Thank you very much. And I'm sorry again, I just want to greet and thank Dr. Julia Moon and Dr. Sanjin Moon for such heartfelt words, and also all the leaders and members of Women's Federation. Thank you very much.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Dear President Julia, Vice President Sanjin Lim, and all of our leaders here, greetings from North America, Canada, and the United States. And also our love and prayers go to Ukraine and Russia. Since this is a milestone year, 30th anniversary of Women's Federation, 25th anniversary of our UN General Consultative Status, and the 10th anniversary of GWPN, our working theme in the US is show and tell and sparkle, to celebrate and highlight Women's Federation's work and success, but also to uplift the vision, the philosophy of our founders and example, and our accomplishments internationally. So in 2022, we will focus on deepening already existing relationships with associates and partners, and expanding the reach of our ongoing programs to a wider audience, to reach the goal to reach 1/3 of the women in the United States by 2027. Next. So the 4 areas that we are focusing on. The first one is the Global Women Peace Network. Under the leadership of President Julia Moon, we will continue with our joint educational forums and webinars for a unified Korea, also in support of Mother Moon, and in collaboration with Korea and Japan, to create awareness of the issues from a different angle outside of politics, economics, and human rights, rather exploring the human and cultural perspectives to find alternative ways for possible solutions, which very much is applies here in Ukraine and Russia. We have to find some way to break through. And this year, we also initiated a monthly national Her Story Award ceremonies, reaching out to women leaders of all sectors of society who are honored and given a platform to share the hidden story behind their success. They have only 5 minutes to share 3 or 4 life lessons as to what kind of odds and difficulties they overcame, and thus educating us and also coming closer to our philosophy. And this is our strategy to increase our pool of women leaders and find the ones that are resonating with our themes and spirituality. And leading up to our national conference on the 30th in October, the 30th anniversary celebration in October. And then regionally, we also continue our successful monthly outreach program, Tea with Intention, where professional women gather to study Mother Moon's memoir and also socialize and really come closer to becoming a stakeholder in our organization. We also have other programs like Self-Care is Not Selfish and Healing, educational webinars in Northern California, and theme projects such as Black History Month and Women's History Month and so forth. So the Global Women Peace Network will help us contribute to the goals for 2027, but also we call it the Network of the Heart, the Global Women Network of the Heart, to bring together women leaders in heart and solve pressing issues in these times of crises. Next. And as a follow-up in partnering with Canada, we hold ongoing educational webinars in peace leadership of the heart. And in recent years, we introduced the marriage blessing in an interfaith way through our 2 curricula geared toward women, the Cornerstone for Happiness, and since last year, also the Cornerstone for Peace, the latter one providing a deeper explanation and practical steps as to how to restore true love. And we also plan to complete our Bridge of Peace curriculum this year. We enjoy working together, especially with Canada, on these 2 projects, the Global Women Peace Network and the educational area. Next, our focus, as everywhere, is the next generation, young women. So we reach out to our young women, offering a new project organized by our Vice President, Karina Connery. It's called Young Mothers Project, Yo Mo. Young is Yo and Mo is Mother, providing educational webinars with expert speakers to assist young women and young mothers in raising their small children and families in a wholesome way in the midst of our toxic culture. And this year we seek to increase our focus on reaching to the next generation, also in collaboration with other organizations such as the YSP, Youth and Students for Peace, or other youth organizations that we are coming in touch with. And finally, next. We continue to serve. By the way, these you can see indirectly, you see all these goals are also in line with our international goals. So we continue to serve the world with these very key projects. The three major ones are the 1% Love Share project to support our Korean activities over there and helping the refugees from North Korea. And then we are planning on an extravaganza fundraiser this July to celebrate the 30th anniversary and to celebrate the work in the Schools of Africa and continue to invest into the Schools of Africa. And also the Cambodia project to help. This has been an ongoing project and very successful. We get constant reports. We're very happy from the United States to support these projects and many more. And also we provide humanitarian aid when and where needed, such as in disaster areas or war zones, like in Ukraine and Russia at this time. So overall, we kind of streamline ourselves to less activities, but more intense focus on a few to be more successful and to reach our goals and to impact and become relevant in the United States as a major force for change and for transformation of this current culture into a culture of heart. So we're going from the inside out through our programs, also from the outside in. And so we are excited and we are grateful, most of all, for our leadership. Next, please, our Dr. Hak Ja Han Moon. She is the one who is inspiring us and uplifting us, guiding us. Women have the magical power to create harmony and to soften hearts. The world of the future can be a world of reconciliation and peace, but only if it is based on a maternal love and affection for women. So thank you very much, especially also our President and Vice President International, who are leading us so powerfully and with so much heart and excitement. Thank you very much.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Greetings to our International President, Dr. Julia Moon, and our Senior Vice President, Dr. Sanjin Moon, to all the IVPs and our national presidents, friends, and colleagues of Women's Federation for World Peace International. It is empowering and inspiring to see all of you and for all of us to be gathered here in this space. Thank you all for your hard works. I will be representing the UN offices of New York, Geneva, Vienna, and we have now the Latin America in Chile and in Nairobi. And my name is Merle Barlan. I am the Deputy Director of our UN offices. And the work of our UN offices is really to represent all of the works that you have been doing, the wonderful, great works that you have been doing. 114 chapters all over the world. And the real power of the United Nations and the achievement of that dream of peace and development really is in the national chapters in the countries. So this year, our main goal is to connect, to represent the chapters and to connect all that we have learned and resolutions of the United Nations to empower the chapters so that you can implement it in the chapters, and together we can bring a change and help the United Nations fulfill its goals of peace and development. Next slide, please. So this is our team. In Geneva, it's led by Carolyn Hanshin, and New York led by yours truly. And in Vienna, we have Dr. Maria Real leading Vienna, and then our new office in Santiago, represented by MG Tomasini, and then in Nairobi, we have our young second generation, Miss Suji, and we hope to have Thailand and Lebanon next year join our team. Next slide, please. So the themes, our activities actually is divided into themes, and the major themes of Women's Federation's goal. And so For theme 1, which is peace and reconciliation, heavenly unified Korea and the world. In Geneva, these are the activities and goals for this year. They are organizing several events on women's DMZ projects, sponsoring events and writing statements, UN sessions of the Human Rights Council, and Youth Peace Conference in the Korean Peninsula Peace Accord. It will be in May and June. And in Vienna, we are co-organizing with Geneva and WFWP UMI, the IAFLP session during the Think Tank 2022. Well, it actually happened last month. And then calling for disarmament and abolishing nuclear weapons and continuous activity of the NGO Committee on Peace. They'll be in May and June. Next slide, please. For the environment and climate change, in New York, we have the Giving for Good and mentoring program, and then mentoring our projects in 12 countries. Auction, and then the 2023 Climate Action Grant. We are preparing for that, and it will be announced sometime in November or December. And then we have CSW 66, one event in March, and Spring Awakening, sustainability, and then side event at the UN High-Level Forum in New York, and Acts for SDGs campaign during the UN General Assembly. And then in Geneva, there's CSW 66. As you know, our very own Vice and IVP, Carolyn Hanshin, is the president of CSW in Geneva. She's doing great job, and the work of leading the women there, lead and organization of the consultation day in Geneva and Vienna, creating the CSO regional toolkit. And then there's 2 events in March, organizing committee members for UN Social Forum in September. And in Vienna, we have the 2022 CCPCJ expert discussion on crimes that affect the environment. Next slide, please. For the women leadership and education, so in New York, we are doing very well with our internship program, and then the alumni mentoring program. And then we are now in the second batch of our advocacy algorithm. This is the UN advocacy training program. And then we have the project financing and management course will start in May. And then the UN Day event in October. And then in Santiago, they are organizing a team of UN office in Latin America, led by MG Tomasini, and then the education campaign and research on every country's universal periodic review. And in Geneva, they are having a 3-month human rights internship program, 2 cohorts, human rights and women's rights training session with universities in August and October, and introducing the WFWP UMI Young Women's Curriculum to Refugee Camp in Malta. And in Vienna, we have the UN internship program as well, the side event at the UN Commission on Crime Prevention and Criminal Justice in May. And actually, that's pretty much it. I'm sorry, my slides is filled with text, but we hope to represent our works in the chapters all over the world. And we thank you so much for your hard work and support. Thank you.
Wow, thank you so much. Thank you so much. All presentation and commitment for the year 2022 are excellent and very, very goal-oriented. We give them an international common goal this year. So all the presentation is very, very focused and very tangible and very visible as well. Let's give a big round of applause for all the presenters. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. I wish we all achieve this goal and gather again for end of the year and celebrate. Let's celebrate this year. Before we closing our General Assembly, we have a music performance from a young professional in Eurasia, Miss Misun Nemirovaskaya, who will sing Never Enough. Misun is a young professional teacher in vocal instruments. She studied in the College of Music and Aesthetic in Yekaterinburg. She also promotes her music activities via YouTube and Instagram. So please check. She loves Korean culture and people and hopes for the fast reunification in the Korean Peninsula and peace in the world. Let's invite her, Misun.
I'm trying to hold my breath, let it stay this way. Can't let this moment end. Instead of a dream in me, getting louder now. Can you hear it echoing? Take my hand, will you share this with me? 'Cause darling, without you, all the shine of the southern spotlights, all the stars we steal from the night sky will never be enough, never be enough. Towers of gold are still too little. This hands could hold the world, but it will never be enough, never be enough for me. Never, 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 never for me, for me. Never enough, never enough, never enough for me, all the shine of the southern spotlights, all the stars we steal from the night sky will never be enough, never be enough. Towers of gold are still too little. This hands could hold the world, but it will never be enough, never be enough for me. Never, 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 never for me, for me. Never enough, never, never enough, never enough for me, for me, for me.
Yes, never enough. I think you feel the same, but it's kind of end of our assembly for today, but we feel it's really never enough. We really want to meet together and talk together. And sometimes I'm very sorry that I give you such a short time for 5 minutes for the presentation. It's very harsh, but then, you know, we all manage it, but everything is in the slide and all this enormous work. And I'm very, very proud and honored to work with you. And I'm very blessed and I'm very thankful for everything, the situation I have now. And, you know, 2020, we purchased a Zoom business. At the time, it's quite big budget. And our president, Dr. Julia Moon, see this, you know, the changes, and we managed to purchase this Zoom platform, and we're able to gather all our members and leaders together in the one platform in this the time changes and all goes to metaverse, and as an NGO, international NGO, we move forward and we're able to make this happen with a limited budget and limited manpower. But we've done it because of our leadership and because of you and because of members and our volunteers. And we are very, very proud, and I am proud. And I'm sure you also feel the same. And sometimes, just people who just listening with the translations may be too much overwhelming, but I'm sure that, this is a really important time, and we learn each other and support each other. And also time like now, dear Tatina and Anna, Regina, Oksana, and all WFWP members in Ukraine, and also Olga in WFWP in Russia is really having a hard time. But we all praying for peace, that we all together, for the peace. And now I'd like to close our 2022 WFWPI General Assembly. It's never enough, but we have the time to say goodbye. But before that, I really want to invite our international president, Dr. H. Julia Moon. I'm sure that everyone, you see her, they smile. And when I prepared this 30th anniversary book, I saw many leaders in the past 30 years ago pictures and their activities. I'm so honored I'm here today. Thank you so much. Let's invite Dr. Julia H. Moon. Floor is yours.
So no, I already spoke, but it's wonderful just listening to all the reports of all the regions. It's just kind of overwhelming to see all the activities going on worldwide by your efforts. And it's to think that all of this is happening. It's not like we have enormous amounts of funding to do these things. So we have to generate the funds and then generate the projects and then carve time out of our lives to do these projects. It's just really inspiring to see all of the reports that we heard today. And I'm sure all of you feel the same. So I just want to really thank our true mother, our true parents, for allowing us to be a part of this incredible work. In the recent World Summit 2022 summit that was just last February, many of the YSP students were really volunteering and doing a great amount of work. And in one of Dr. Yun's reports, he was saying, of course, we're grateful for their support and all the activities that they've done, but in actuality, they also should be grateful because we're living in a time together with our Dr. Hak Jahan Moon, where she's guiding us directly. And it's an honor to serve. It's an honor to serve at this very, very precious time in human history. So, so I thank you. I honor you. We're grateful for our founders and who are leading us and inspiring us to make this world a more beautiful place. I my whole life was in ballet. My art form was to create beauty on the stage. But all of you, you're creating beauty in real life. and making such a big difference in so many people's lives. So thank you very much. Thank you for your reports. It's already now, when did we start? We started at 8 o'clock, so 2.5 hours for you're dedicating your time, and we will continue tomorrow. I want to thank our Secretary General Paris Moon and Neon for organizing this General Assembly. So let us break for today, and we'll see you again tomorrow with two very inspiring and very helpful, practical lectures by professionals in the field. I spoke with Paris last year, and I said, the international headquarters and your office, let's focus on really providing and supporting all our Women's Federation members on the field. What do they need? What kind of information or support or education, let's our office really serve those who are serving on the field. So that is our heart, and we will try to do better and better to support your work, which you are doing. Thank you so much. 감사합니다. And we will meet again tomorrow. 감사합니다.
Thank you. Thank you, International President. I would like to really thanks for our interpreters and work always behind the scene. Thank you so much. You really, really appreciate that. And also Mien Tsukiaki and also Mien Noguchi always helping us for behind the scene. Thank you so much. Before closing the assembly, the Dr. Julia Moon, as mentioned, tomorrow we have a special sessions, educational session. So it's going to be very different than what we've done it in the past. So probably more interesting, and it can be you can apply in your daily life, So please join. If you haven't registered yet, please using this QR code, or if you don't have a QR code to scanner, then go to WFWP.org in news, and there's upcoming events. Then we have all the information that you can register. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much. Good night and have a nice day. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.
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 Thank you very much. It was amazing.
Bye. Assalamualaikum.